And Jake, take it away.
Yes, everybody, thank you for joining us today. My name is Jake Fabry. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here at Fonteva. I am here with Matthew Frank, who is our Product Marketing Manager and a Technology Evangelist here at Fonteva. I also have John Baker on the line, and John and Matt and I are going to get you all the questions answered and everything you need to know about Fonteva. So thank you for joining us for sure. And moving right along here, a little bit about Fonteva before we get started. We definitely need to update this slide because things move quickly. Fonteva was founded 10 years ago with the express intent of bringing the power of Salesforce and Salesforce.com as the #1 CRM in the world to associations. And 10 years later, we've gotten a lot of accolades for being a fast growth company, both inside and outside of this industry. Today, we have over 360 customers on our platform, and we've been named a Salesforce App Exchange Trailblazer, and it's actually been the #1 Salesforce.org, their nonprofit arm, partner for the last 4 years running. And we just learned that we will retain that honor for their financial year that just closed here at the end of January. But we continue to bring everything Salesforce has to offer to associations, and that is our whole mission, is to make you successful with association management on Salesforce. So moving along to a little bit about our growth. Of course, I mentioned we were one of the fastest growing companies in the country for the last few years, and we've added 174 new customers in 19 and 20. We continue to grow. Last year, we were built on the Salesforce platform, as you know, and we take a customer live about every week these days. So about once a week, you'll see a Fonteva customer going live and successfully launching their new association management platform on top of Fonteva. Okay, moving on. And what you're going to see today is all out of the box functionality. So Matt has not done any demoware. He has not done anything that is not available immediately out of the box in our system. And what that means is our system is easy to use. It has a collaborative member community built into that. More importantly, all of the data and things that you're pulling in and all of the things you're learning about your members, your customers, your sponsors, you have real-time dashboards and reports. So it's the democratization of that data across your organization so people can work towards your mission without being constrained by knowing what is going on in the organization with your software. We also have some pretty cool features around badges. This is something that allows you to do things like special pricing rules, access to content. It's really a flexible tagging system within our platform that allows members to get special treatment for those badges. If I wanted to allow you to register for an event and get 50% off because you have green eyes and that's stored in my AMS in Fonteva, I can do that with badging. Very flexible. Also, a true 360-degree view of any member or stakeholder in your organization is a tenet of Fonteva and the Salesforce CRM. They call it Customer 360. We call it Member 360. And you're going to see how you can get that today through the demo that Matt shows you. And of course, everything can be done on a mobile device, whether it be the engagement that you're seeing from your members or whether it be your staff just checking a record to make sure things are on track with your member service. And then things that we don't have core to our system, we have a lot of connections to third-party systems, and we have a lot of apps for specific purposes. So that extensibility is available through the Fonteva Marketplace and the Salesforce App Exchange, which is the #1 business software listing exchange in the world. Over 3,500 apps on there, and a lot of our customers use a breadth of those applications ready, made, and integrated with their Salesforce platform and their Fonteva platform today, right out of the box. So he'll show you a little bit about that. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to Matt to get started, and I'm going to let you listen to him and his demo. Please feel free to put any questions in the Q&A. We've got people standing by to answer those, and we'll be happy to do so throughout and at the end of the demo. Matt?
All right, cool. Thanks, Jake. Can everybody hear me on the line? I'm going to go ahead and assume the answer is yes from your silence.
Yes, sir.
Cool, thank you. So as Jake said, I'm Matt Frank. I head up our product marketing here at Fonteva, and I'm going to walk you through the Fonteva association management platform, its different membership use cases, events use cases, e-commerce, and how it all comes together in a member 360 view. But I always like to level set before we start any sort of walkthrough or presentation, because you never know who has a lot, a little, or no experience with Salesforce. So I always start off with a slide or two of what is Salesforce and why did Fonteva choose to build on it. So starting off, Fonteva provides a platform. It's the underlying core CRM service that Fonteva uses to leverage over 28 different APIs, identity management, workflow and automation management, Apex coding, geolocation services, monitoring services and schema builders, security, a true cloud database infrastructure. And there's a difference between true public cloud and private cloud, and we'll get to that later on. Custom actions, private and public app exchanges for extensibility, mobile work, data level security, email services. It's all there as part of the core underlying platform that Salesforce provides. And because of that, an ecosystem of application developers and industry specialists like Fonteva, you can see us up there on the top right corner, have built a plethora of applications on top of the Salesforce platform, meaning that there is no downtime, it's very secure, it's available from anywhere, and as you can see on the two icons to the left and middle, it's available both on your desktop or laptop device as well as on your mobile device, because all staff who gain access to Fonteva also have access to something called the Salesforce mobile app, where they can see and manage every aspect of their association management platform from within a mobile context. Meaning, if you need to see who's renewed their membership and who has met their KPIs for the quarter or for the year, you can do all of that from your phone or tablet. No need to boot up a device, have a virtual desktop server, or even have servers in a dusty closet somewhere that you have to call to find out what your data is. Now we'll get to the point in configurations, we'll get to the different wizarding setups that we have as we go through the actual demo itself, but I just wanted to baseline this for you. There's over 5,000 pre-built apps and components on this app exchange. Fonteva is one of them. And effectively what we do is make Salesforce, which is a grand CRM system, purpose-built for the association world with membership software, event software, e-commerce software, invoicing, etc., directories, of course. So a few more reasons why we've chosen to build on top of Salesforce. It puts technology, this technology that puts people first. And it's all about making connections. Connections between your members, connections between your staff members, and connections between your organization and its members. It's a unified experience for membership and fundraising and program management and marketing and grant making and credentialing, all in a single unified environment that can also provide security and identity management in case you're not doing a full digital transformation. Maybe you're doing a partial digital migration, from one AMS to another, but you still love your LMS, you still love your CMS, and you want to make those connections there. So Salesforce every year does what they call a voice of the customer survey, and Fonteva customers anticipate in this as well. And you can see here that improved prospect acquisition went up by 38% for organizations that utilize the Salesforce platform. Donor retention also went up by 31%. Savings in service and support costs, because everything is an all-in-one platform, was a 31% overall adjusted savings. And my favorite one here is actually saved cost per dollar raised. So for those associations that do have a fundraising or advancement element, you are actually able to save money per dollar raised through your different fundraising campaigns that you do on the Salesforce platform. connecting that with Fonteva for membership management. Now, there's regional servers all across the world, and it's an API-led connection service. So there's primary and backup servers. There's, again, over 28 different API connections, and you can always create your own using point-and-click configuration on top of the platform. And Fonteva also takes advantage of what you see in the bottom right-hand corner of the page, right about here. So $1 billion annually invested in the infrastructure development of the underlying platform. So you don't have to worry about firmware or serverware upgrades. All of that is taken care of for you, as well as pen testing and security enhancements. An additional $1 billion is invested every year to effectively try to break Salesforce, so that you know that this is a secure home for not only your member data, but your members' financial data, your organizational financial data, so that you can make those really informed decisions that you need to be a modern association in today's world. So why don't we do a quick demo of the product and show you what we've got. So we're going to start off here, and everyone should be able to see a screen that has two different elements on it. The first screen on my left-hand side is our desktop view, and then I'll get over to the right-hand side in a little bit. But this is actually the mobile view of everything that your members have access to. And again, we'll get to that in just a moment. But as soon as your staff members log in to the Salesforce environment, they're going to be immediately met with information that's important to them and personalized for them. Because everything in Fonteva is about dynamic display. It's all about your membership team seeing the membership data, your events team seeing the events data, credentialing and education seeing their data, et cetera, et cetera. There's dashboards all throughout, recent item display, even news that can be pertinent to your organization, your industry, or your members can be displayed here. There's always going to be new widgets and features that you can take advantage of, like task assignment, approval workflows, as well as even simple things like memberships to expire within the next month or 30 days, all here on your homepage if it's pertinent to you. And there's multiple apps available within the Fonteva AMS. There's membership, events, finance, programs, administrators, developers. Everyone can find their home inside of the Fonteva world here. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when you're taking that 360-degree view of a member. And we're going to use Bob Kelly, who is part of the ABC Corporation, as our sample member here. The moment you stand on his page, you can start to see information right at your fingertips. We can see details about who Bob is, his department, if he has any credits, if he has any designations, age, right there at the top. We can also see engagement scoring right here at the top of the page, knowing how engaged he is with your association, with the other members of your association, and rewarding him for those engagement points throughout the platform with access to additional content, additional services, price rule discounts, maybe even free access to courses, classes, or credentialing renewal programs because he's been so engaged. You can also set up engagement thresholds here, so you can track where people are over the course of a year or their membership life cycle, so that you can see if people are trending high or low, and automate communications to, again, encourage and thank people for their continued relationship with the association, or to encourage them to re-engage through invitations to events, alerts to staff members, or any other workflow service that you want to set up within Fonteva. On the right-hand side, we can see all of our different points of contact clearly visible within the platform. This is everything from tasks that are assigned to staff members at your association, to meetings, to emails, to even phone calls, all simply logged right here. Duplicate management is built in, donations, email tracking with opt-ins and opt-outs. And again, all of this can be synced with your marketing tech stack, regardless of what you're using, as long as it is integrated with Fonteva. And as Jake rightfully mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, we have a lot of pre-built integrations or partnered integrations with marketing services throughout the AMS world, including some Salesforce native tools like Pardot and Marketing Cloud. Again, there's chatter throughout here, address management, and all of the badges that are assigned to the individual member or his parent organization because of their engagement with the association are all tracked here, and they can all be assigned different points. You can see when it was provided, when it expires, and add and remove access over time. Now, one of the things that you'll also see on this page is right there at the top, all of the related data for this particular member, easily visible, and it can be rearranged based upon your role in the organization. So if you're in membership or finance, memberships and sales orders are going to be right here up top. If you're in education, events, marketing, well, those are also going to be right there up top. It's called dynamic forms or dynamic layout. It's built into the core of everything that we do, making your data work for you as opposed to you working for your data. And so staff people can easily see, which memberships Bob could benefit from, when it is set to expire, what sort of membership plan he's on, when it was activated, last renewed, all here. In fact, if we dive a little bit deeper into it, you can see every renewal term of the membership here, days to lapse, current term information, whether Bob has opted into auto renew capability or not, if he's paying by credit card or bank transfer, all of this information is available from the membership page. And it's not just contact or individual professional societies that we support. We also support hybrid organizations and account-based memberships within Fonteva. So you can see here at the account level or the organizational level, we can see all the individual memberships rolling up to their parent organization, as well as the company membership, all located here with individual primary points of contact for billing, for other services along the way. And if you're a federated organization, so if you have chapters that are around the country or around the world, or if you have different regional affiliations, we can also do hierarchies built into here so that there's parent-child relationships between the different organizations and the members within, so that you can pass even engagement scores via badges throughout the organization through something we call badge flowdown. It's a really interesting way of managing your data and ensuring that you have up-to-date connections throughout the platform. Now, members like to engage with each other as much as they like to engage with you as part of the organization. So we have set up something called community groups. These are collaboration and affinity groups set up throughout the platform, easily point and click configured to allow you to do things like have public, private, and unlisted committees, work groups, or just general affinity groups. They can have a variety of members and terms, and you can link that back to the contacts within the system. We also have directories built here, and directories are built using point and click wizards like I'm showing you here on the screen. This allows your staff members who may be non-technical to build out any sort of directory based on any object or data table within the Fonteva system. So I have a member organization directory here, but it could be on individual members, mentors, mentees, job boards, active events, really anything that you want to have available in a directory scenario can be put into this format using, again, point and click wizards. And we like using that clicks not code mentality throughout the platform to make it easy for membership teams to even set up join processes or joining wizards. This is where your members will first engage with the organization from your website. They will go through a stepped configuration process where they can either answer a few questions and be led to the membership type that's most appropriate for them to then pursue and pay for directly through that join process. Or you can greet them with all the different membership types and allow them to step through a process of answering questions, uploading credentials if required, and then entering their payment terms at the end of the process. Adding and removing discounts dynamically if you need to allow for things like flash sales of membership or inclusions with your membership, like event tickets or educational collateral like books and videos that they may want to maintain access to as part of the benefit of joining your association. And every aspect of this is completely measurable all throughout the platform. In fact, this is one of my favorite parts about Fonteva, is that we use a point and click configuration tool for every element of reports, dashboards, and you can make it look however you want. In fact, let's say, you know, I don't like how this is look. It's cutting off this vertical bar chart too far. Let me just click on my edit page here. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to move this one down a little bit too. In fact, I actually don't need to know the membership's approaching term. I'm just going to take this one here and I'm going to make it longer. All I need to do is save it. And I'm done. And I've now completely updated my dashboard using a few simple clicks, all within the Fonteva interface. You don't need to go to IT to get your data out of the system. In fact, you don't even have to know SQL to get your data out of the system. It's all point and click. It can be refreshed to at any time, and you can even subscribe to it, both yourself and others. And this is a really powerful point, so that the data is always refreshed and available whenever people need it on the platform. So whether you're having a meeting as a working group or you need to share this with your executives or your board, you can ensure that the right data is available to them at all times. In fact, we even use Salesforce and Fonteva internally at Fonteva, and I set this up so that Jake always has the latest data available to him before we have our one-to-one meetings to discuss the how well different elements of our campaigns are doing. Now, the other element here besides subscriptions and memberships that you can measure is also events, whether that's attendees or revenue or form responses. All of this is available here through simple reporting tools built within Fonteva and measured using our events app. It sits right next to the marketing apps, right next to the finance apps, right next to the membership app, all in one place. Every element that you want to know about your events can be accessed here within the system. All you need to do is go to the events app, navigate to the event that you want, and you can open the event builder for a point and click configuration wizard, right back to that configuration point again, to build out simple events or complex conferences with multiple venues, agendas, speakers, all in a single place, and set up your theming and page layouts all within this wizard, again, using point and click, drag and drop components. You don't have to be a web developer to design your own conferences and make them beautiful. In fact, Fonteva does this with our FunCon conference every single year. We consume our own product. We even have something called Webinar Sync built into our product, which allows you, if you're using webinars or virtual events, to sync any event in Fonteva with an external webinar system like Zoom or GoTo to be able to track attendance, send people joining links and passwords, and be able to see how long they've stayed if you need that for qualifying for CAE credits or continuing education credits. And all of this, again, is available to your members through the Frontend Community, which comes with Fonteva. It, again, point and click experience builder allows you to see things like your contact information, company information, subscription or membership management, all built out onto a single page. And while this is loading here, you can see current and active subscriptions or memberships, even order management, all on here. As this loads, you can see it's the same thing over in our mobile app here on the right-hand side, because every element that a member can see is available to them not only from the desktop view, but also from the mobile view. We can see address books, memberships, again, every element here, including the e-store as we bounce back onto our left-hand side, where any good or service that you want to make available for purchase can be seen and purchased online using our shopping cart mechanisms. This includes the ability to have certifications, different pricing catalogs, other things as well. Events are also located in here. You can have multiple event pages listed in multiple ways, stacked even geographically, and you click into any one of them and they're available right here, such as our FunCon site, which has overview pages, different widgets built in with sliders and why attend, pictures, sponsorships, schedule management, and the registration flow is right here. You can even register and purchase items through the mobile app from the store and events here. We can create digital membership cards, track member directories and company directories in here too. You can see here it is in the desktop view, and it'll load in the mobile view in just a minute. We can even connect you through to things like social feeds, again, all in one place, all connected back into your Fonteva system for complete dashboard and dashboard and reporting management. Now I'm going to flip back for 1 second. I'm just going to show you a few very quick slides. First one is the Fonteva Marketplace, which Jake mentioned earlier. This allows us to extend the Fonteva platform beyond the core competencies of membership, subscription, and event management with additional apps built by our partners or with connections to external systems that are supported by our internal marketplace team. We also have the Salesforce App Exchange, which, as Jake mentioned, is the largest ecosystem of applications, components, and developers of any CRM anywhere in the world, or any AMS anywhere in the world. There's over 5,000 apps, 3,000 developers, 9 million downloads, and product collections, including document generation tools, email tools, workflow tools. It's all built out here. And there's also additions that allow you to use AI and BI throughout the process, throughout the platform, like Einstein, for prediction builders, propensity to give, propensity to renew, next best actions, and analytics, all richly littered throughout the platform. This is a really important part about Fonteva. It can be extended to provide you data-rich analytics along the way. So Fonteva has a great user experience for all of our stakeholders, whether that is the member user through the community, the chapter leader, or the staff person at your association. There's successful and secure integrations through the Fonteva Marketplace and the App Exchange, providing you with a member 360 view and refresh data through configuration, not customization, that is always allowing you to remain current and make data-informed decisions. And that is the power of Fonteva as a membership platform on top of Salesforce. So I think we might have a few questions in there. Jake or John, was there anything in the feed that we didn't get to that we can answer quickly while we still have a minute?
Yeah, so we got a couple of minutes here. The first one I would ask is about an inventory app. So that was answered in the feed, but Matt, you want to let them know about the inventory app?
Yeah, absolutely. The Fonteva Marketplace team is building an inventory app to complement our e-commerce and e-store functionality that includes, COGS, warehouse management, all the expected components. They are working to release that as quickly as possible. I think there are a few customers who are beta trialing it now with imminent release following.
Okay, good. So there was also a question around, do you have a merge records process for individuals and companies?
Yes, there is a merge records process for doing that. There are actually several configuration elements available to you within Salesforce and Fonteva that would allow you to create approval processes or make that merge path as simple or as complex as your organization requires.
Okay, and somebody answered something that was already, somebody asked something that was already answered in the presentation, so I'm going to skip over that one. And the next one is Do event registrations, are they required to log in to register?
No, absolutely not. There's guest management or guest access to the events tools as well as logged in access. Of course, the benefit there of logging in is the system then knows exactly who you are. It can provide you price rule benefits and maybe even provide you access to sessions or other collateral that may not be available to you if you're only looking at it as a guest. But a login is not required to register for an event.
And so there's one more question that was answered around scheduling reports. Yes, you can schedule your reports at any time interval you'd like. You covered that. So I think we're right at time, but there's a few more questions. Jason, you asked a question about fundraising and donor management elements, and I'll go ahead and we'll get back to you directly if we can on that, since we're running out of time. And there's another question around per user API fees, customer fees for the website. I don't know.
Yeah, you actually get over 10,000 API calls a day that you can included within there, and it goes up based upon the number of staff users of Fonteva and Salesforce you have. So we can certainly talk to you about that, but there's no separate fee for API calls unless you go over the allotted threshold and you need additional API calls from Salesforce.
All right, guys. Great demo. Thank you so much. And for folks in the audience, Larry, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we can capture all the questions and answers that have come throughout the day, and we can make those available to people. Am I correct in that, Larry?
Any of them that haven't been already removed, yes, but I think we've maintained all of them, so we should be in good shape. Cool.
Good enough. Thank you. All right, Jake, Matt, thank you so much. John, I know you're in the background doing good work.
Thanks, Reggie.
We appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to relieve you guys of your duties and get the next group schedule.